Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. What? Anyway, before we get into what we're talking about today, let's just get the business out of the way. Please like, share, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you can be part of the notification. That's how she
Don't
says
sound
it.
like that. I don't sound like that.
I learned that
Like,
from you. She does this, so I
No.
learned from her.
Mm-mm. He wanted to do the opening today, so
Yeah,
guys,
I was inspired by her. Right. Anyway, okay. So what are we talking about today?
you said boundaries.
Yeah. So I thought we should talk about boundaries that we have with the opposite sex. Just where do we draw the line? Is it just open, or do we put some fence and a gate somewhere there?
Butler, alarm system beans.
Yeah, because we had a conversation a few months ago about it, and because for me, I'm a very chill person, and I feel like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm in heaven already, where people are just living proper. No one has a motive. Like if someone is asking for help, they're like really genuinely asking for help. No one is wanting things. So I think
That was a very malicious laugh.
yeah. So I think because of that, I need to always be aware that okay, I need to put boundaries, even if someone is asking for help. But there are things that I honestly can't do. Like someone can call me at 2 in the morning and say, "Please come help me. I'm scared at my house." I can't just say, "Oh, okay, cool, I'm coming."
Full 10,1.
Yeah, but for me, if someone was to do that in my head, they really need help, so I just need to go help them.
Look, if it was your sister, if it was, family, I don't think that would be an issue. Like if family calls right now, siyahamba sonke sifaka amapijama abantwana bangene emotweni all going. However, I mean, no. Also, maybe let's say the Momakwes call us at 2 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, I mean, I don't think I would have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Manje sobona sister. No.
Yeah. So I think it's things like that. Like for me, because one of the things that we were talking about was if I'm driving and then I see someone that we know who needs a lift. Because for me, I will just stop the car and give them a lift, drop them off wherever, and then I leave. But it was something that you were not really fully comfortable with. It was depending on who the person is as well, right? So it's things like that. And I think it comes from because if I can share my a bit story time about
Story time.
Because growing up I was more closer to girls than guys because I had guy friends, then I had some female friends as well. But in my teens, I think I was just more comfortable around girls, right? And then even moving on from that, now when I was working, I became friends with someone.
Mutual friend, guys. Mutual friend, not gay friend. This is story time.
Yeah, the mutual friend, and it was just a friendship thing. There was nothing else to it. We met at work.
For me, I think she was more of a sister to you because your family treated her like your sister, or your mom and dad, or actually even your sister.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, she was not a sister, though.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, we met at work. We became close. Like at lunchtime, we would have lunch together, hang out together, and it went even outside of work now. Where even like sometimes we ended up staying in the same complex. So after work, we would drive home together, right? And yeah, we were just close like that. But now looking back, I'm just like there was no boundary, there was no line put in place that okay, this is where we draw the line. We must not go over this because like she was like a sister, like Cindy said, right? And then time went, and then entanglement came out of that relationship because she had her own family. Like she was married and stuff, right? And I was single. But yeah, now I became entangled in some
Well, who was
situations.
Jada's entitlement? Augustine.
August.
August.
Yeah. So I was there August now. I was August. Shame. Yeah. Yeah.
So guys, I am laughing at this because I mean, if you recall in our other video when we spoke about how we met, and I did say at the end, this friend said, when I used to talk about Ukarabo, how I liked him and stuff, this friend used to even say, I think Ukarabo okay. Meanwhile, entanglement.
Yeah. So I mean.
Oh, sorry. Can I just add on to this entanglement situation? So even in Msebenzini, because I don't know, maybe because I like Ukarabo so much. So even when people would say, oh no, there's something happening between Ukarabo and this person, I would say no. I was that person like in front line and saying, it's not happening. Because I used to hang out with these people and it for me, genuinely, it was just like their brother and sister, you know, and that's that. To my surprise.
Yeah, I mean, so that came out of not having boundaries, right?
Yeah.
Because if personally, even for me, like some things we didn't even have to talk about. If I knew that, okay, this person, as much as she's close and she's like a sister, but at the end of the day, she's not my sister. You know, I know how I am with my sister, and I know how I am with this person. I should have just drawn a line and said, "This I must not go over it." And things just happened blindly. So like I found myself just in this mess that I couldn't even get out of. And there was a whole lot of things, like there was no one I was accountable to, you know, all those things as well. It was just a mess. Yeah. So, but one thing though I'm glad about is I'm glad that it happened then, because I learned so much from it that since then, because after that I became friends with you, and you are the last like close female friend that I've had. And I feel like if that had not happened, since I'm just so comfortable around females, I could have easily had a friend and in my head we're just friends, and then next thing things become a mess, you know? But because of that, I learned my lesson and I knew that some things, you know,
So-
I had that boundary now in place.
God brought me at the right time.
Yes.
Even though you did not see, but I was here to help you. However, we thank God for the skill.
The timing was.
What are your thoughts? Let's first start. What are your thoughts on female friendships since?
So from that, my thoughts are a guy and a girl. Let's maybe put it like to now, is like married, especially now. I can't say I have a friend that you are not really friends with, right? I can't. Let's say at work, maybe we are working because now we work together, but before there was some female person there that now I become friends with. We hang out together at lunchtime.
Oh, because
You know, I can't really do that because I mean, even if we have like things in common, but there's just we can say, okay, we can talk about this, but we can't really go beyond that, you know. Compared to a guy, if there's a guy, even some people as well, like even some guys, because you can know that okay, this guy I can't really be friends with because he's into this and that. He's into going out. Maybe now he wants me to go out with him on a Friday night until like 3 in the morning. I should know that okay, I shouldn't do that.
So I mean, I can stop you there in terms of just. So let's say, and I'm gonna put it to the guys that you are in community with right now. Let's say, okay, if you wanna have a guys' night and you wanna go chill, and I mean, say like Corona because Corona make curfew, so there's no 3 o'clock in the morning. However, let's say Corona was not around, and you guys wanted to have like a night out with the guys, or you know, and this is something planned and communicated to. I don't think I would be mad at you because you've communicated with listen, this is and for it's within the community that we know. And
Yes.
for me then there is accountability. And vice versa. If I had to go out with girls, I mean I don't think you would want me to go out with XYZ, but you don't even know this person and I'm coming back 3 o'clock in the morning and it's awkward. But if I go
Yeah.
out with Abundagoz or, you know, it's
People, you know.
yeah, people that we're in community with, I don't think that would be an issue, especially if it's something communicated and it's a trusted support system.
That's right. So I think because even it's just that whole thing of just putting boundaries in place. Because I can't just go out or you go out with someone that I don't know and it's a guy. Like, why are you doing that? You know. So that's the main thing that I took from that. Because with that friendship slash relationship, there was nothing like that. You know, and I don't know, like even I guess from their side as well as like a couple, they didn't have those boundaries because it's not like when we go somewhere, um, the husband didn't know. Like he knew me as well. So, but I guess it was a trust thing. It's like, that's Karabo, I trust him and stuff, you know. But from that, for me, I'm like, if another Karabo was to come into this and stuff,
It would happen again.
yeah, I'm not gonna be like, I trust him, he looks innocent, you know, whatever. There must still be that thing that at the end of the day, this is a guy and you are a woman, and you can't just go to the movies at night, you know.
I think for women, I think we've got like this, what is it called? Our instincts, man. Like when they see a red flag from far, they're like, the red flag is there. So, I mean, remember the time where at the other now workplace that you had a lady asked you to come help you move. And
Yes.
because of the person that you are, a helper.
Yeah.
Guys. So firstly, this person, okay, please take me to the taxis. Okay, takes her to the taxis. And then, like, it's now, you know, a regular. And then my come help me move. I was just like, hold the phone. And for him, he didn't see that. And I think a lot of guys fall into that temptation or trap because of wanting to be a helper or being the good, you know, brother. Continue. No, the ladies have ulterior motives.
But then what is that about though? Why do they have those motives? Like why do that?
Huh?
But is that how girls like Sheila or what also then?
I mean, I think so. I can say I think so because I mean I don't think I've ever done that to someone who was in a relationship, right? For me, I'm just
Yeah.
but you know when something is off. Like I don't know what. There's a switchman that we have that we know would say don't, you know.
Yeah.
And also I can also say that switch also comes on because of our insecurities as women. And also if there's been history, let's say in a relationship there's been history of something can happen. Let's bring it back home. Because of this incident, right? Because I was within the entanglement, even though I was not in the entanglement. I was in the entanglement because I felt like I stood up for you guys so much, right? And then when we started dating, you said you wanted to come clean.
Yeah.
And then you told me. For me, it was like a shock because now here I was, I felt like an idiot. Because here everyone is telling me, my manager is, hey, Cindy, stop. And I'm just like, nah, man. But more than anything, I was appreciative that you said you started on a clean slate, right? However, this friendship now, because we had a friendship with this lady, the trust was broken. And then when I addressed it, you know what happened.
Yeah, it was another mess.
When I addressed her, it became an issue, you know. And if I didn't address Gutsmanje, I was, you know, wanting to like break a household, but I addressed as a person. And then I had the husband coming at me, but he doesn't understand why I don't want her to be friends with you. And I'm just like, if only you knew, dude, that I was protecting you from knowing stuff. But anyway, this guy ended up calling me names and it became
Just a mess.
It was a royal mess. However, we are now here. My view on opposite sex friendships. I don't think it's for me. It's a no go zone. Why? Because I also had a friend. So this friend only told me that they liked me after we were together.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah.
and wanted to do things with me. But I was already in a relationship. However, I mean, at that, I took him as a brother too, because we slept over at each other's house. Well, I slept over at his house. The parents loved on me like their own daughter.
Yeah.
Like
You had
just,
like a room there.
I mean, it was just googity and stuff. However, my feelings happened. And if you're in a marriage and you have a guy friend or an opposite sex, I feel like it's inevitable for feelings not to show up. Especially if the only best friend that I'm supposed to have is you, right? As a male best friend.
Yes.
I can go outside and have a confidant or a friend where I can just like, hey, girl, dinner, you know, oh, Garabo was amazing, oh, Garabo does that, this. But I can't have those kind of conversations with another male. Excuse me, it just would not make sense. So that's the boundary, or that's what I feel like is a boundary. I cannot have a best friend male. And if I have male friends, it should be guys that you are friends with as well. So let's say, hey, there's this guy who decides to be a friend. We meet at church, right? He best have a wife or a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then obviously then get organically needs to come to, hey, I met who XYZ and he has this person, and you know, can we see if we can, you know. But
and even in that, so I think, let's say it's like a couple thing, right? Whatever we do, it's either we do it as couples or it's the ladies doing it. Now it can't be me and that wife doing stuff, going somewhere together, because that's also now opening doors to other things. As much as it's friendships, because even I feel like a lot of things can even happen there, and that's where, because we are comfortable with each other, like, she's a friend, I'm friends with her husband, but because now you let your guard down, also you're opening up a door to other things happening in there. So you should always also have those boundaries within those close
friendships.
Yeah, as well.
And I mean, I think the boundaries also comes with accountability, right? I feel like in friendships, yes, 100% I agree that you must set the boundaries within the friendships also. But within those friendships, there should be accountability. Like we're all human, and we all have flaws and mistakes do happen because we let our guards down. But yeah, I feel like if we are accountable to one another, like there's very little room for us to have a mass slip-ups.
Yeah.
But again, I agree in terms of that.
But now my question then is, why can't I give someone a lift or even need a lift?
Guys, my husband will not give a girl who is Ushanda Pa. If in my presence, definitely we can stop. And if we know this person, it also depends. And we're not going to mention any names here.
Okay.
But there are certain individuals that you can't actually just trust.
So yeah,
trust. Yeah, you can't. There's certain individuals, and because you know as people, even like when we have conversations, even if it's just me having a conversation with a person, and you are just chilling there, but you can hear the conversation. There are people that you can't actually just give them a lift because once she goes over the gift perfectly, and then.
But I won't be what about me most anyway when they say that.
No.
Because my thing is, like, I'm also a person, right? So if someone I'm not a child that we can say to like a Zoe, don't talk to a stranger. If a car stops there, don't go inside, right?
Mhm.
They're a child. So for me, if someone tries to do something, I'm not just gonna fall in that whole whatever thing they're trying to do. I'll run away like Joseph did, But obviously, I get what you mean in terms of not even being around a situation like that where now I end up having to run away when I can
You could have
just
avoided it.
avoid the whole thing.
Perfect.
So, but me, it's just awkward that now I must just drive. Do I pretend like I didn't see the person? Do I wave? And then it's awkward, man. Like how, like what happens in that? Like even if someone needs help, I don't know what to do because maybe it's just because I love helping people, but it's just weird that someone needs help with something and I just leave them. Like I'm just gonna pass them.
Did they
Or
ask
do
for
I
help?
stop?
Oh. Also, if the person you're giving a person a lift, did they ask for help? Do they look like they need help? Also,
When I give them a lift, how?
what if I walk?
The sun
What if
is
I'm
burning.
exercise? What if
Then they're gonna say again if I stop, like, oh no, I'm fine, Then it's cool. Then I'll drive off.
No, it's a bit tricky. This one is a bit tricky because I'm just like, hey. Also, maybe it's because I need to just deal. I'm projecting my insecurities here. But okay, there are individuals that you cannot trust with your person. And then you know exactly because we've had a conversation with a friend regarding this.
Okay.
I can't.
I guess I'll just, drive looking straight.
Yeah, no, it's awkward. But yeah, that's what else.
Yeah, I think that's it, hey? The main thing, it's just like, for me, just having that boundary before you go anywhere. Because right now, my boundary it's like here, like when it comes to other people. I don't even, like even your female friends, I try not to even be too close to them. Like even if someone comes for a visit and they're visiting you, you talk mostly to them than me, right?
Dude, even if a guy comes,
no,
I talk more than.
Well, okay, I guess you do that. Like, yeah, I'm just saying that. Like, you are the one. If a guy comes, you will talk more compared to me if a girl was to come. Because it's just a boundary thing. Because I know that if I start talking, I can just end up just being close to that person, and nothing can, not because I want anything to happen, but just because I open up more like that. But because of that, my fence is like, yeah, I try not to even do anything. So yeah, boundaries are very important everywhere, and if you cross that boundary, accountability has to happen as well. You need to have someone that you're accountable to. Your partner first, and then a close friend as well that you're accountable to. So to say that, okay, I've crossed this boundary, how do we deal with it? How do we sort it out? That's something that's very important. Well, not like now like I'm talking about just crossing a bit of it. Yeah.
Okay, no, I hear you.
Not like an extreme one now, because you shouldn't.
So my question would be: would you come to me if there's just a slight slip up?
Like what though?
So if I need to, you're saying you talk to your partner first, right?
Yeah.
Ish, I think I've crossed like a boundary with the person. Would you have that conversation? Would you be honest, transparent enough, and brave enough to come to me to tell me that?
I don't think I'll have a choice. I'd have to.
Okay, and how soon after the incident?
I think what I would do, depending on what it is as well, I think maybe I would go to a close friend first to say, hey, this is what happened. Just give me some advice on how to approach this with Cindy, Then.
What if your close friend says,
no, that's bad advice though, because that's now keeping secrets from you. I shouldn't be keeping something like that. If I did something that you need to know about, I have to tell you about it, So my main reason going to him is not to say, should I tell Cindy or not? It's just help me on how to tell her. Yeah, brave enough, because maybe I'll go around with what, just to be protected, because I don't know how you're gonna act. But yes, I will have to do it.
I don't know.
But I think in this whole thing, for me, even boundaries that, like for me with you, before I was just like, if you are at a meeting with like this guy and people, and then maybe you are coming, this guy says, oh, I'm gonna drive past where you stay. Let me give you a lift. For me, I'm like, okay, he's just giving you a lift. It's fine.
No. So, I mean, there's a specific individual.
There are just so many individuals.
Actually, we can't share people's names, guys. And after an incident, okay, so we had a meeting, but this person in this meeting, and Yabana is one of those respected individuals. So in this meeting, he's flirtatious. I'm just like, hold up, what's happening, you know? And I went back to God and I was just like, never will you ever see me alone with this person. Ever. Because we're awkward. And I was just like, so then I went back to God and I was just like, never again will I be in a room alone with this person. Ever, ever, ever. And not because it's but I was just like, this is dodge. This is dodge behavior. Like,
but now, so the thing though is then, what you don't trust him, or you don't trust him and yourself?
No, I don't trust him, and I rather not create that space of downfall or of temptation. That's the right term. Rather not create that space of temptation for both of us. Let's keep everything pure, but let's just try and holy and acceptable to God. But I think.
It's a bit complicated because with some things, like if now this person says, oh, I'm gonna go past your house, come with me. Like, what do you say? Do you say, no, I'm fine, thank you? And then it's gonna be weird that, okay, why are you saying no? Do you tell them that I don't trust you? Like, what? How do you?
Also, for me, I'm very honest.
So you will tell them.
I'm just like Nope. Nope. It's not happening. It's not happening. Or if it's like I'm really stranded and I need to go with this person,
so you would tell them.
I'd rather sit at the back. I'm very honest. I'll tell you, like, I'm not comfortable with just being in the room with you alone. Like,
well, I guess it's better to be honest.
Yes.
Anyway, as well.
I'm not scared. I'm going to tell you right now. It's not happening.
Okay. We can close it now.
Let's close it. Okay. Guys, it's energy. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening till the end. Please let us know what your thoughts are. What you think good boundaries are, good healthy boundaries are with the opposite sex. Are you allowed to have a boyfriend? Are you allowed to have a girlfriend when you are within a relationship? And how do you navigate the whole boundaries thing? How do you do your boundaries? Because by the Nachos household,
we don't give people lifts and we don't take lifts.
Yeah. Wow. Depending on who the individual is, actually.
Don't ask me for a lift, guys. So if I pass you, don't think I'm being otherwise. Just so you know, I'm putting it out there now.
You're having a boundary. It's a boundary thing. So guys, again, please like, share, subscribe, do the things that need to be done so you become the notification not good gang. Anyway, guys, we love you. Thank you for always engaging our content. Our niece said the other day, called us out and she was just like, if inconsistency were people, to be us. Guys, life has been happening. It's been a lot. From our last video, the last video we had said, I was exposed to someone who had COVID and then we contracted COVID. He was rushed to hospital. It was just a mooish. But we are good and we love you. See you in the next one.